Welcome everybody to the Dune Imperium Rise of Ix expansion, Imperium Cup, and we are in week 6 with Felkdav, Wooklee, Bale, and BlackShadow, my co-commentator and partner in crime. And in this game, we have everyone up for is basically fighting to stay in the tournament, to stay in to get to the next round. And so we should have a very, very good game here. We have a great Imperium row with a negotiated withdrawal, a satellite ban, in the shadows, Reverend Mother Mohayim, and a guild administrator. So I like this Helena pick. Obviously, Helena and Ikaz are kind of the things you go for when there's good low-cost cards, and there are a lot of good low-cost cards. There's also an artillery here, so combat is on the table. There are no combat cards here. That means that Beast actually gets better. Ooh, I like that BlackShadow took Beast here, because the Beast gets better when there's no combat in the row. Memo quarters. Oh, okay. We can go for an early memo quarters to get into the spacing. Training drones. All of this is looking very, very good. I love these tiles and cards. None of these are bad. So we've got... yeah, really, this is one of the more important games. I'll show you all what I'm talking about. Here's the standings for the group. We have BlackShadow sitting at 7th place right now with 4 points, but that could change. A win puts him in the 10, puts him at 10, and that puts him up into the wildcard area. Felkdav sitting currently in the lead in this group, in this table, at 11 points. We've got Bale not too far behind, and Wooklee down at 5. So everyone has stuff to play for. Wooklee and BlackShadow both have 2 games remaining in this group, so we shall see. We're going to see a Baron here in 2nd position for Bale. Pretty reasonable. I mean, you can never really fault someone for taking it. It is a competitive position for the Baron, and Wooklee is thinking, what am I going to do to precede the Baron here? Usually you'd want something like Beast and just ahead of the Baron to counter them, but Tessie is a great counter as well. We'll see if Wooklee has some experience with Tessie. I know they do, but whether they're willing to play them today, we shall see. Anyway, I am CJ. Welcome back to the channel, and I want to say this tournament has been amazing. It's been great. The organization has been phenomenal. There have been a couple hiccups here and there, but of course, BlackShadow's been able to iron those out and manage playing in the tournament. I myself have not made it to the next round. I had a pretty rough tournament. I've got another game showing up that will show up in a couple of days. You can see how my last game went, which was much better than my first 3 games. First one where I tied in the 4th position, everyone at 10 points. We have a Leto in 1st position. Okay, so Leto before Baron. That's something that I'm statistically not very interested in doing, is ever have a Leto right before Baron, though Leto is powerful in 1st position. Leto with a very strong hand with a diplomacy and the dagger, so potentially could get that artillery if somebody sleeps on that right away. Baron with a bit of a clunky hand, actually, both of their access cards and their ring. So usually Baron now has to make a decision. I mean, the decision is usually Hardy Warriors, but you could always make some other decision about whether you're going to go up another track or hit the signet ring somewhere. He's going to opt for the signet ring first. I think this is an interesting play. So going up with shipping, wants to really prioritize you getting these in intrigue cards, and he picks up a bypass protocol. Now that could be very good here. I think he's going to do it right now. Pick up in the shadows. Oh, what a pickup here. Heartbreak for Helena. Helena didn't even have the ring anyway, so that's a bit of a bummer. BlackShadow has a pretty decent hand, has the Seek allies, no ring, but, I mean, this looks like, what do you do here? You just go and pick up that artillery, right? Or the memo quarters? The memo quarters could be probably better for you here. You're going to have a chance round 3 to get into fold space if you wanted to, but I know Beast players tend to shy away from using the spacing guild shipping track shenanigans anyway. I like this play a lot, and it's something that I'm gravitating towards more as I play 3rd and 4th position, and that is to simply go get water, hostage the Great Flat, get your resources built up, because action at the front of the table tends to prioritize like getting in for specific important things right now to build your economy. And at the back of the table, you tend to run into problems building up your economy. Alright, so we're going to see Leto head up to artillery early on. Helena, of course, went over to wealth. Something that Helena will do, of course. Getting your Swordmaster is very important, and Helena can't be blocked from the Swordmaster. We have an invasion ships showing up. One of the, I'd say, rising tiles in terms of its power and its popularity. Getting 4 troops for 5 spice. That's not exactly what you're paying for here. What you're paying for here, that's good, but you're also paying for the ability to turn on unload effects and not be blocked at one location each round. Pretty strong. Baron is going to get Hardy Warriors anyway. I kind of like that players are forcing the Baron to play to Hardy Warriors this round to what I consider one of the weaker skirmishes. We have the shipping track move, the 1 spice, but the second place is better, usually. So forcing Baron here, and I'm not really forcing them, but, you know, they did it anyway. That's totally reasonable. Baron's not going to buy anything this round, looks like, but they already got the In the Shadows. Very powerful card, very powerful card. And Baron might be eyeing up that invasion ships here, or the the invasion ships, just to get that triggering as much as possible. Beast is going for spice. Oh, okay. I like this. This is interesting. We'll see what they do with this. It looks like invasion ships is on the menu for Beast. That is a pretty good play. I like this. Beast's going to have a lot of combat power next round, and is looking to take down a bunch of combats in the next couple of rounds. Baron's going to be a little bit weak in combat because they don't have any troops, and they won't have a whole lot of troops without any resources. Helena's got some troops, Leto's got some troops, but you got to always be wary of when Beast gets like an invasion ships or something like that. They can put a lot of pressure on you. Action is on Helena here, and we're going to see what they're going to do. Their options are pretty good. They have a buy of 4 if they play the dagger, but that they can't play anywhere except for the Mentat. Okay, so just some spice. Going in for the 2 Solari. I like this. They're going to buy for 3. Leto's going to reveal for 3 as well. Sorry, 4. And probably pick up this negotiated withdrawal. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. Although the negotiated withdrawal, to be fair, is kind of like counterintuitive with this artillery where you want to be fighting. And this is kind of like, I don't really want to be fighting all that much. So we'll see how that works. This is maybe a little bit of non-synergy, but maybe it'll work out. Reveal for 1 for Baron, nothing going on there. And reveal for 3 for the Beast. Beast's going to think about this. Probably a Guild Administrator here. Guild Administrator is clearly the best card, and this row has dried up fast. The last good cards are Reverend Mother and Satellite Band. I know BlackShadow likes Satellite Band, but obviously couldn't get it this round. Arrakis Recruiter for Felkdav. Interesting. Alright, so this is going to be a combat-focused Helena. Also, this symbol can't be blocked for Helena, so better for Helena than other leaders usually. A voice has come up in the row here, and the Baron's going to take down the combat, and we're going to go to the next round right away. Everyone's getting their rewards. Next combat is Machinations, where you can choose 2 of the influence from the faction tracks, and then a pretty good rewards for 2nd and 3rd place as well. The water is always welcome. Baron does have access to Siege Tabor, which might be their play here just to get back into the resource. Oh, no. Just shipping. Okay, just shipping. No big deal. Shipping is great. Of course, you want to do this before anyone else. And Baron does not yet have access to Interstellar, but will in about 5 seconds. Though, unfortunately, doesn't have their other yellow symbol, so can't go Interstellar right now. Or next action, which is what they'd really like to do. And indeed, they might just end up getting blocked on it if Beast wins this combat. That puts them up to just 1, I guess 1. They could like fold space and then win the combat. Ooh, that could be pretty good. We'll see what happens here. A fold space and then win the combat puts Beast into interstellar range, and that is potentially dangerous. Beast doesn't usually want to be shipping that much. And Baron is really agonizing over, this is not an easy choice. Where do you go up with which influence? Because if you go up with the Spacing Guild as you are usually inclined to do, you could get blocked and not be able to use your Interstellar for 2 or 3 rounds. And so it'd just be a waste. So it's an interesting choice. I like this choice actually to go for the Fremen and to get closer to the Alliance. No one's really challenging you yet, and you're going to get the extra water pretty soon, so a good trip to Still Suits will remedy your water situation. I think this is a smart play. BlackShadow now with Beast, thinking, do I ring up to tech negotiation and get that that invasion ships right now? Do I wait? No one else has any spice. I mean, at this point, he might be tempted to just take Still Suits and then like Signet Ring to Carthag, but I don't know. He's gonna take he's gonna take full space. So he's really eyeing up this combat here. So he's seeing it that I can get first dibs on Interstellar. What are you gonna do about it? Here's the line up to tech negotiation and is gonna pick up the memo quarters. Now, everyone is sitting on level 1 with the Spacing Guild, and that is pretty good. It's always nice to see when everyone is competing for the Spacing Guild. Little Jess shows up in the row, and we have a holo projectors in the tech. What is Leto doing here? Leto needs to get some spice, so Leto's probably going to go get some spice. Indeed, Leto does. Is going to collect 3, pay 1, go up with probably Fremen. I mean, I guess you can go up Emperor. Fremen's probably better, though. I don't know. We'll see what they want to do here. Throwing 2 troops into the combat. And now everyone does know what everyone else has in hand if they've been paying attention and have been going through each other's discards, and you can. Of course, that is illegal. The discard pile is public. It does, take a little bit more out of you to just keep track of everything, but it's not that bad. Here goes Baron for Carthag. Oh, here's a good one. I don't know. I think I'd save that. That is pretty good. They know their ways from the Baron. Of course, Baron already really high on the Fremen, so isn't going to bother going there anymore, most likely. Got a Mentat from the Beast. Mentat wants to go last here. Wants to see what they're gonna get. Whoops, drew an extra card. Seek allies for Helena, 2 hardy warriors. Now, does this put Beast in an awkward position? I think it does. What do you do here as Beast? You want to win this combat very, very much. But Helena getting access to interstellar shipping for 2 whole rounds looks very good and is a pretty good play here. Now, Leto is going to probably hit up Arakeen, draw a card, see what they get. Surprised they're keeping their Seek allies in hand and not using it now. They need to get some Solari. Picks up Diplomacy. That's really bad, unfortunately. Drawing last into your access card never feels great. Now, Leto throws in 3 more troops, up to 10 power. 10 strength. Baron has an extra dagger in the reveal and is going to buy for 4. I think you just pick up the voice here. Seems pretty good. Voice plus Arrakis Liaison. You don't have any enablers, right? You have in the shadows, so that is kind of an enabler. So you could pick up this freighter fleet, but I think it's probably just an Arrakis Liaison. You want to buy high. Oh, and a Web of Power. One of my top cards in this game has come up. I think this card is unbelievably powerful. Obviously loses its power a little bit later in the game, but its agent action is unrivaled. It is the best infiltrate card in the game, I believe. And it goes to the beast. Not much anyone else can do about that. This is very fortunate for BlackShadow, and Felkdav reveals 4/3, 4, and has the Ring 4 Satellite Ban. A great pickup. Leto's going to reveal 4 as well. Everyone's getting pretty decent cards this game, so we'll see where this goes. Things tend to bend one way or the other depending on the power of your cards. Leto really can't get anything they want this round. They really want to pick up this Thu for Hawat, but can't. He's going to pick up the Freighter Fleet and see what they reveal. Freighter Fleet plus Arrakis Liaison. Pretty good here. I mean, not really what you want to see, but it's better than nothing. Leto sitting on a 1 sword advantage right now, and is going to take this down for 2 influence. Goes up with the Fremen and up with the Spacing Guild. Is that what they did? Yeah, Spacing Guild. Alright, we are on round 3 already. It is raid stockpiles, and action is on the beast. Sitting on a pretty good hand here with fold space, so lots of options. Guild Administrator. He's going to fold space right away. Here comes Conspire. And almost as though it was by design, sitting at now 8 Solari. Of course it was by design. But now Beast sitting on a potential Swordmaster. And no one can do anything about it at the moment. Unless the Baron draws their voice. And they do not. Pretty insane stuff here. The draw from the fold space picked up Web of Power for Beast as well. So wow, that's going very well. Fold space for Helena with the Satellite Ban is going to discard and get some resources. Spice and Water, always good. Leto is going to hit up Interstellar Shipping, because that's what you do when you have access to it. Surprisingly, Helena didn't have access at that point, yeah, of course, but is looking to get it next round. So Helena's best option would be to go for smuggling and then hit Interstellar first action next round. Things have to line up a little bit. You have to hit your symbol, but very likely. Baron's looking at Diplomacy, has their Signet Ring in hand. This turn looks pretty scripted for Baron. This looks like a wealth to me. Yeah, it is. Absolutely wealth. And then we're going to Signet Ring somewhere. But Beast is going to obviously get there first to the Swordmaster, and that is a huge boon for the Beast. Beast always wants to get their Swordmaster as soon as possible. Helena going up to Carthag and getting a troop, getting another troop because of the wonders of the Arrakis Recruiter. And picks up a Finesse. Finesse, very powerful, flexible card. The down and up ability can be just a resource. So if you're sitting on the first level of any of the faction alliances, you can go down and back up on the same one, or you can go down somewhere else and try to steal an alliance that way. It's a great card. Action is on Leto here. Leto's looking at a fold space somewhere, but I don't know what yet. He's got 2 spice, so he could go to tech, but looks like he's going to go... Looks like he's going to pick up this spice on Imperial Basin, which is totally reasonable. Oh no, okay. So really Leto's issue here is holding the negotiated withdrawal, but not having 3 troops to throw in is a bit awkward. But that said, he's probably going to throw 1 in anyway. Because he's got 2 daggers in hand, which means he technically has 4 extra power this round. And we'll see what he draws from the fold space. Could be good. convincing argument. So still just shy of the influence he really wants. Also, shout out to Murphy's Law for making this board just so smooth. The automations are now unbelievably professional, and they've really helped out a lot of players who might have forgotten things, or it's just so much better. So cheers to them. Baron's looking at a ring here. Ring, I don't know where they're going to go right now. Maybe let's get some spice. I think this is a good spice harvesting for the Baron. Imperial Basin looks pretty tempting. You don't want to like drop below 8 at the moment, because you want to get your Swordmaster next, so you probably don't want to Mentat. I sometimes do this stupidly, is to Mentat when I have 8 Solari, thinking like, I'll get some more, and then I never do. So this might be a problem unless Baron goes to smuggling. This is probably a smuggling play, right? And we had a bit of a dropout here. We'll get Felkdav back in here in a moment. Yeah, this is the most reasonable play from Baron for sure. Smuggling here, because then you can keep 8 Solari and move up, and you really want to move up with this track a little bit. Eventually, you want to get some benefit from your Master Stroke. You really haven't got up to the second rung of the smuggling. I'm sorry, the Spacing Guild. For some reason, the spacing and smuggling, they blend together in my vocabulary. I don't know why. Wow. Wow, and Baron picking up the favored subject. Has 2 influence in hand. Must be nice. Jeez. Alright, back to the game. Back to the game. It is now Beast's turn to act, and I think here it's gotta be, what, harvest some spice. I mean, this is 2 free spice. You also have BlackShadow's very, very favorite card. You'll probably hear that if you get to our influence card rating ranking system thing. Dispatch an Envoy is like his pet card. Every single time he talks about Dispatch an Envoy with every card, and that it makes it better, and it's really funny. But this is great. He gets a trash card, goes to get some water. Very good, very good. Maybe not the most premier use of Dispatch and Envoy, but you should probably use it. I recently had a game where I just left it in hand like an idiot. Don't do that. Wooklee reveals for 4 persuasion and 4 extra swords, which puts them at 6. Pretty good here. And honestly, that looks like it might do it for this combat. It's not the worst one to win. It's 3 extra spice, of course, and the intrigue card is probably the most important thing. But getting the extra spice is a tempo play. Very thorough considerations as we go around. Of course, because Helena doesn't have 8 Solari, they won't be able to get the Swordmaster before Baron and block him, but they will be able to get it most likely next round anyway. Baron reveals for 4 persuasion and is probably just going to... I mean, what do you really want that? Okay. So we got Jessica. If you get that to align, it's great. We'll see. There are a bunch of Bene cards up there. Sadakar Infantry comes out. Could interest Leto if Leto wants to go full on combat. Actually is a pretty strong strategy. Okay, here's the reveal for BlackShadow. Picks up a Arrakis Liaison and uses a Web of Power to go up with Fremen track, I think. Combat is getting resolved, and Leto's going to take it down. This artillery has already paid for itself. And Felkdav is going to be our first player for this round. We are in round 4, the Guild Bank raid. This one's going to interest, I guess, Wooklee and the Beast. These are usually a good one. This is a good one to win. Solari is hard to come by. 4 is a little bit late to scrounge for more Solari, and Beast is maybe a little bit sad that this is not a combat that gives a point. So we'll see here, but this is going to be an interstellar shipping for Helena, 100%. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe there's something else they're thinking about doing here. Could be a smuggling. Smuggling isn't too bad either, actually. Okay, so he's going to give up the tempo of getting the Swordmaster this round in order to just get ahead on the shipping track. So that's fine. Maybe they're eyeing up like fold space, like using the diplomacy to fold space and then finessing into the 3 Solari. I mean, that's a fine play too. It gets you the extra point with the alliance, but you're gonna be a round behind now, and uh-oh, we're experiencing some more technical difficulties. All right, Helena's going to complete their action selecting Thufir with their ring. They will be able to afford that this round, so that's great. Action on Leto. This is going to be a combat-heavy Leto. Invasion ships for Leto. Yeah, I like this play a lot. This is yeah, one of I think the stronger techs in the game. It doesn't look like it is, but the effect of not being blocked is so very powerful in the late game that you're never sad to have it. And the 4 troops is just icing on the cake. Obviously, this is going to play very, very well with Leto's negotiated withdrawal this round. Though they might want to actually win this combat, truth be told. I'm not sure they're going to really get what they want out of it. Maybe they need they need the Solari to get the Swordmaster. So, Baron's going to go get their Swordmaster. And then what is their next play? They really don't have a great next play. It's like voice. They could voice now, actually, and just block Swordmaster, which might be the better play, to go voice to shipping. Oh no, we're going to do it this way. Okay. This is totally reasonable as well. But maybe he's thinking, maybe I should do it the other way. Yeah, actually, he's probably considering... Oh, no, okay. Gonna do it this way. Then has voice into the space they want next. So could also get some mining. Next action. Here is the alliance for the Baron with No Other Ways. That's going to really upset Beast, who really wants to get that alliance as soon as possible, and indeed was aiming to do that just this round. But we'll be water neutral for Hardy Warriors, sending in 3 troops. It's probably going to go the way of the Beast this battle. Here is a Mentat for Helena. Definitely seems like Helena is eyeing up the fold space into finesse up to the alliance play here to get to 8 Solari for next round. Because they just don't have access the High Council this round, so they're just not going to be able to get there. Leto to Carthag. Seems reasonable. This is going to be 3 troops that are going to probably be retreated. But here's a Master Tactician. I mean, the game is telling Leto to go fighting. So we'll see what happens. If Leto retreats, it just benefits the Beast to get more Solari so they can get their High Council or start hitting Mentat more. All those things are good for Beast. They're also good for Leto. So it's the trade-off. As of note, there's a strong arm in Leto's hand, which is a very powerful card, but a little tricky to use. You have to use it the agent action when you place your agent on a faction space. So it's a little bit confusing the first time you read it. Like, oh yeah, I can do it anytime, but no, you have to do it right then. But it's basically lose a troop for an extra influence. Probably the cheapest influence you'll ever have to pay for. Besides, obviously, free. Shout out to the Baron. Baron looking at a voice here. Voice probably going to the Great Flat, voicing Imperial Basin, something like that. That's what I would guess. Also, they could do something like Imperial Basin voicing the research station. Oh, no, they can't research. They could not do that actually. They could research station now and then voice like Imperial Basin. But this looks like Imperial Basin to me. 3 free spice. And then you could also get... Yeah, I don't know why you don't use the voice here unless you're trying to pick up a particular card and nothing is in the row. This is interesting. Maybe they're seeing something I don't, but the 2 extra persuasion at the moment it isn't going to get you that much. Oh. I don't know if I agree with this at all. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Baron's going to go smuggling. I think the smuggling play is to set up their ring, or are they going to cash out now? I still think you use... Wow, this is interesting. I still think you use voice no matter what. You have 1 more action. What are you going to do? You might as well use it and then use the Dune Desert Planet to collect spice. Okay, well, maybe they're reconsidering here. Deciding whether they're going to cash out or to use the voice. I don't see why you don't use the voice here, honestly. It's just... Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. Sees the play. It's going to do it this way. And going to the Great Flat next. Okay, sounds good. Are you then cashing out or going up? Going up. Okay, we're going up. We got that sorted. Everything is under control. Beast. Immediately signet rings to collect that 3 spice. Of course, why wouldn't you? It's 3 free spice. I think Baron maybe missed that, but that would have been basically set up for the rest of the game. 8 spice is basically highliner plus selective breeding. I mean, you need to go to highliner or full space again to get the point for the faction friendship. Anyway, moving on. Helena is heading over to wealth, going up to 7 Solari. Not the right amount for Swordmaster. Here's a retreat and a reveal for 6 for Leto, but is actually considering leaving these in here. I'm not sure what I'd do here. This is awkward. Like I said, it's weird to have like the combat stuff and the negotiated withdrawal, even though negotiated withdrawal is generally very, very powerful. It kind of pushes you into weird situations. Here's a little bit of social pressure from Bale saying, go on up here, go get that. Why don't you just do that instead of chasing elsewhere? We'll see if he takes it. He's going to go up the spacing. All right. Spacing for Leto. Baron has the obvious Dune Desert Planet to Great Flat. Oh, I'm sorry. Leto had 7, so picks up a Shai Hulud. I missed that they went to tech negotiation. Of course they did. And the Shai Hulud here, going to let them trash convincing out of their deck. They're going full on combat. They're getting rid of these persuasion cards. They're not going to get any Spice Must Flows this game. It's just going to be combat. They're setting it up. You're going to need a couple more Fremen here to make this like really work. Here's a Great Flat for the Baron. Puts him up to 6 Spice. And will make the Baron very, very happy. Baron, of course, needs the Spice to help his overly bloated physique stay young and healthy. And Glossu, the Beast Rabban, going to be looking in here and seeing if there's anything at all that that they might want to draw. Although, I don't know how they're going to do that. Oh. Maybe just taking a look and seeing what symbols are in the deck. What could they be thinking? They're thinking about Arrakeen, I suppose. Yeah, it must be Arrakeen. To think of what's in the deck. There's 1 card left. We know it's a convincing argument. It doesn't really want that. It's going to go get some water. I think this is the better play. If you are going for a kind of combat focus, then you probably want to get more water. The card draw is usually better if you're going for, just fix your hand or just to get some more Spice Must Flows. Generally helps a little bit. Here is a reveal and a pickup of Thufir Hawat for Helena. Always nice. Might be a little late for Thufir. You get 1 play out of Thufir, but that's okay. Reveal for Baron, nothing going, and reveal for Beast for 1 dagger. Beast is going to take this combat down unless nothing else could possibly happen here. So Beast is going to take this combat down, get the 6 Solari, and we're going to move on to round 5 here. We're on round 5, or will be. And it is Cloak and Dagger. I love this combat. It's great. 2 intrigues and a bump is great. The second place is fine too. The third place is fine, I guess. You're never too thrilled when you have to throw in a troop for, you know, an intrigue, or more than 1 troop rather. Interstellar for the Duke, he is going to probably go up and down. I can't imagine he wouldn't immediately go get either this training drones or holoprojectors. The training drones fits with the plan. Training drones is on brand for Leto right now. I could see the argument for holoprojectors given that they have the freighter fleet in hand, but that's still looking for like a couple of turns later. Like, you're going to get a shipping out of it. I guess that's fine. I still think it's probably just better to get the troop in this case, because you need the troops. That's your goal, right? You need to get the troops. They let you retreat. They let you win combats. You have a combat-focused deck. But that's okay. Probably isn't much of a difference in the long run. Action on the Baron. Baron sitting on the In the Shadows. Finally drew it. Seek allies. Signet ring, dagger, and reconnaissance. And yeah, now this In the Shadows is going to start paying off. Did the Baron never played their Seek allies? They just kept that in their hand. They finally redrew it. But what do you do here as the Baron? You gotta keep defending Fremen, right? Okay, we're still sitting on Wooklee's turn. Wooklee is going to discard Freighter Fleet to go up with to do shipping. Gotta move a guy up. And draws a Truesayer. There we go. Only thing that's not automated is the shipping track. And looks like a ring to smuggling for the Baron. This is going to be pretty powerful turn for Baron. Drop the hammer, get 2 guys, go up, get your alliance, keep your alliance safe. Very important here for Baron to keep this alliance safe. If Beast takes this alliance away, that's a big problem. Baron picks up Secret Forces. At the moment, they have enough to go get their Swordmaster. No, not quite the Swordmaster. Their High Council. I'm sorry, High Council, and they could then use this card, so that's good. Beast with a bit of a funky hand, kind of a 1-note hand. We've got a Guild Administrator, 2 Dunes, a Convincing, and a Reconnaissance. I could see an argument for a Research Station here. I could also see an argument for Haga Basin. Haga Basin, it looks pretty enticing here, because then you could Highliner this turn. That actually sounds pretty good. It looks like that's what's going to happen here. Alright. Beast is sitting on 9 spice. Everyone needs to be a little bit wary. But Baron also has access to the Highliner this round too. Here's Helena. Finally getting that Swordmaster. Reserving a power play. That's going to be good later on. Interesting they reserved the power play instead of Mohaim. I think that's a pretty reasonable play, where Mohaim is kind of, you know, very, very powerful, but you want to reveal it early on, and if you don't have the deck, that's all it's going to do. Very, very good, though. This is more of an immediate reward, and so that probably is what shifted Felkdav's decision toward power play. That's probably what I would have done too. Wooklee is looking at a Truthsayer play here, maybe, to where we've got no spice at the moment, but definitely wants to cash in the strong arm. I think this might be Is this a play for water? It's kind of a very weak play for water if we go to still suits, because the chances of you actually getting this alliance are not high, and so there's diminishing returns of trying to go up the Fremen track even more. Leto's going to take Mentat. Okay, this makes sense. Take the Mentat. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Whoa, what? Wait, what is happening? Oh, okay. Is invasion ships. Oh, okay. All right, all right. I like this. All right. Did not see this play. That makes a lot of sense, actually. So is going to use Dagger and discard their Sikh allies in order to use invasion ships to go to the Swordmaster, of course. All right. That's a play that I probably would have missed. I forget sometimes when I even have the tiles that let me invade, because I'm so used to being blocked. It just happens that way. What is the Baron going to do? This looks like a possible highliner here for Baron. It's a point on the Spacing Guild, and it's a potential extra, like, you know, solidifying your guild. Not guild, I'm sorry, your Fremen. Could be a Conspire turn, though I don't know about that. Could be a, I don't know, Selective Breeding here also looks pretty good. Selective Breeding, culling that Dagger out of your deck. Baron does not seem like they're interested in this combat, and I don't think they're really set up this turn for it. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we got a High Council. Just setting up for the future. Reasonable, of course. Getting your High Council as soon as possible. And here is a Highliner from Beast. Now, that might be a bit overkill. That might be a bit overkill, but definitely really wants to win this combat. Unfortunately, probably is not going to be able to get that alliance. Are they? No, they're not going to act before the Baron. Actually, the Baron might actually be out of luck in terms of faction alliance access. Well, they have their access in there, in 1 in 8. So if they have 5 in 8 chance of drawing that, that's pretty decent. I'd take those odds. Helena has played over to Secrets and has picked up a Reinforcements. Don't think that she's going to be using that anytime soon. Maybe like just to close the game out if they can get there. It's a little awkward right now with the way that things have gone for Helena's money. Duke Leto looking at going to trigger the strong arm. The question is where. It's probably going to be to wealth, though this seems very bad. I mean, I'm not in terms of like getting Solari is fine and getting an extra point is fine, but at this point in the game, you really want your actions to be as effective as possible, and I'm not sure that is possible if you just go to wealth. Obviously, I think the Duke would have liked or preferred the Truthsayer to like a Secrets. Okay, Duke's gonna actually take the Mentat, and this makes sense. I'm always surprised when Duke players don't take the Mentat like every round. But here's a Signet Ring pull. That is fine. Only one space really available for them at this moment. So is going to trigger the Truthsayer. This is interesting. I actually probably hold on to the Diplomacy, because if nothing else, you want the water. But maybe not. Difficult choice. If you toss the Signet Ring, you lose access to combat spaces. If you throw the Diplomacy, you don't really want to go to Still Suits. You can go to Hardy Warriors, but are you really interested in winning this combat? I mean, you could. You have 2 Intrigue cards in hand, and the Beast does not. So maybe this isn't an overcommit from Beast. If you put in 6, you only get to 9, though, which is sort of unfortunate. So it looks like Leto declined to use the Truthsayer to draw another card. That's interesting. And Baron is heading over to still suits with their Seek allies. Yep, that alliance has been closed, and Beast is a bit sad about that, but you know, there's not much you can do. Sometimes it happens. Here's a Carthag play per Beast. Here's a Water Peddlers Union. I mean, always welcome. A free water is always welcome. And this game is very close. Everyone is paying attention to each other. So Helena is going to Thufir over to the, or sorry, not Thufir, Fold Space to Hardy Warriors. Decides not to throw anything in. I think that's fine. At this point, I'm not going to talk too much about the Imperium row. The only thing worth noting of the Imperium row is that no one's picked up Reverend Mother Mohayim, but it's getting so late in the game that it might not matter. Baron's got a pretty measly reveal of 1, but still has that in the shadows, of course. Here is a signet ring for Leto, and where did they go? Wait. Oh, they mentatted. Okay. They mentatted to Imperial Base and is blending in with me. Could not see it. Baron's going to reveal. Go up 1 with the Bene Gesserit. Going to balk at the fact that they don't need to buy cards because they have one of the best cards in the game. Beast is going to reveal for 3 and just say that is fine. I wouldn't be surprised if the Beast picked up like an Arrakis Recruiter. He's going to pick up an Arrakis Liaison, so thinking that this might go towards a slightly later game where Spice Mouth Flows will determine the winner. And a power play pickup for Helena with the reveal. Now we're going to Duke Leto's reveal of 1, pardon me, and a combat. And Wooklee is probably going to decline here to play anything because there's no reason to play a card if you can't use it to win the combat. So that's how it is going to go. Demand Respect for the Beast is going to do that right now. Whoa, big pickup, big pickup. Huge. Would have loved to do that when the Baron was sitting at the second to last space on the Fremen track, right? But ends up getting the Emperor Alliance anyway and 2 more troops, paying 2 spice for 2 more troops and at a point. That's pretty good, pretty good. Might say that is A-okay. Now Beast looking very, very commanding here. With Web of Power pickup has their, you know, that's their big, big, big power card in their deck. Okay, Baron, Diplomacy, Dune, Jessica, Convincing. He's gonna have to convince me what he's gonna do with this deck, this hand. I just don't like. I don't like where this is right now. You can just Highliner, I guess, like action 1, but this is one of the most okay. Wait. Wrong. A little hasty there. Yeah, Baron's hand is pretty middling, and he's going to be thinking here, do I just Highliner now? It's one of the worst Highliners you'll get. I mean, you'll get an extra action if you win this, and obviously the intrigue is fine. You're never sad about that, but it never feels great. Okay, here is Selective Breeding. Selective Breeding going to draw some cards. Trash a card. What are you going to get? Trash the Dagger. Seems good. Deck is nice and thin. Draws a Voice. That makes it a little bit better. That makes it a little bit better. Yes, indeed. That didn't draw cards, did it? Okay, the script apparently messed up. You're supposed to draw cards with that. It's supposed to be automatic, but that's okay. Here we go with the Diversion. Beast has been playing stellarly right now. Throwing in the 4 troops with the Signet ring plus the 2. It's the diversion trigger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has enough for Spice Must Flow. Wow. So, yeah. Great stuff. Helena Richesse is going to be picking up Mnemic Film by just interstellar shipping, of course. And he's going to probably go up here and challenge Beast. Is going to challenge Beast. This is usually the right play. And the reason it's usually the right play to challenge someone or stay very close behind someone who is ahead of you is, especially when you're holding something or not holding something, but when you have a card in your deck called Power Play, that makes the prospect of camping right behind somebody even better, and it forces them to react and often play worse than they would have to otherwise, because no one really wants to go to Wealth late game. It's also one of the worst spaces to go to just to defend. That and Still Suits is just okay. I mean, Fold Space is obviously terrible late game to go to. Secrets you don't mind so much because of getting ahead with intrigue cards, but I really like this play from Felk. Very, very good play. Where he heads up. Picks up also a Poison Snooper, which could help down the road. Action on Wooklee here. Wooklee thinking, how do I make this into a combat heavy hand, because I have tons of combat cards and need to do that. So the best way, of course, to do that is to Mentat, because you are Leto. Picks up a negotiated withdrawal. And yeah, pretty happy with that, I'm sure. Has enough to Hardy Warriors. Get the extra water to stay water neutral. That is not that great. I think here you probably want to use your... Yeah, he's already planning this out, so got the Diplomacy coming up. Diplomacy probably going to be to Secrets or something like that. Is my guess. It could be to challenge the Emperor. Do you challenge the Emperor there? No, I think you go for Secrets, right? Because that's the best bet for you. Plus, you could potentially reveal with the negotiated and get the alliance. So that's very strong. I think then Leto has to be thinking, well, I got to win this combat. Baron's got a voice play here. A voice into Jessica play, which is a very, very good. It is lined up. When Jessica lines up with another Bene Gesserit card, that is great. One of the problems is sometimes it just doesn't happen. So Baron basically at 5 points because they have a point in hand with a favorite subject. What are they going to do this round? Is it Carthag? Throw in troops? And then like voice. I don't know what you voice. I don't know. I'm not sure what you voice in this case. There's no accumulated spice at Haga Basin. Imperial Basin seems pretty bad to go to. You don't want to do either of those things, and then smuggling just seems, yeah, just underwhelming. I mean, I think you still voice to do a thing. The question is what. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sitting at 10 persuasion, so could go to Arakeen and try to hit a card to buy spice this turn, or this round. That would be pretty reasonable. Is gonna opt for... Okay, is gonna opt for the card. Okay, I think this is right. Okay, he's gonna get there though. Right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's good. The problem is if you play... Wow, could actually win this combat with the Secret Forces. If you play your Dune, you don't get the spice must flow. Here's a huge block with Beast going to Secrets, picking up a calculated higher. Not going to be great this round or next, so kind of a dud, unfortunately. We'd like to see that when the Mentat's already taken. Bit of a high roll card. Helena is going to go to Still Suits. I mean, you need the water. You're almost to 6 for Highliner. You're going to get first access to Highliner next round because Beast just doesn't have anywhere near enough Spice. Did he trigger all these things? He must have, right? Yeah, he must have triggered it. Oh no, he didn't, because he didn't have enough. Oh no, he did. He did. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. See, diplomacy for Leto. What? Are you going to use that? There's lots of options here. Leto's sitting on a ton of options. The deck is not really 100% built for combat. It's kind of like a hybrid. But if they really want to win this combat, they need to start doing that. I don't think that Hardy Warriors is... I just don't think this is good enough. Okay. There's some more troops. Really wants to win this combat. Really wants to get the, rather, negotiated withdrawal trigger. Is going to probably not strong arm this round, I would guess. And just save it. Okay, actually, here we go. So, Baron is going to Jessica get the 2-draw. All right, this makes a lot most sense. Yeah, obviously. I even mentioned that and forgot that I had it. Wow, what a pickup. All right, so they're going to get their Spice 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a Spice, and that's another point for Baron. No, it's not. It's close to a point, but very powerful turn for the Baron. Baron going to go up to 5 points. They could cash in their favored subject now as well. Don't hate that. Might just like save it for the turn you win or try to win. Beast getting their council, going to get their Swordmaster this round. Of course, that is completely reasonable. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens with this Leto. If Leto wants to win this combat, that's actually better for them than it is to retreat, I think. It's like marginally better. Oh, this is interesting. I actually thought they were going to go to the Imperial Basin here instead of the Siege. But Siege also makes sense. The extra water is great. The Intrigue card is also good. I mean, none of these things are bad. The question is, do you want extra water for the road, or do you want an Intrigue card for right now? Because you're going to cash in at least one of these, the Master Tactician or the Allied Armada, right? I mean, this is like such a bad combat to fight for. There's a level 3 coming next, and only Baron is set up to deal with it right now. Which could be completely disastrous for the rest of the table. We shall see. I think the water is better. Putting in another one. Okay. He's probably going to retreat and then try to fight for second place. Would be my guess. Here is a bump with the Bene Gesserit for the Baron, and a Spice Must Flow, putting him up to 5 points. Reveal for Beast is going to be Spice Must Flow, of course. An extra dagger. Reveal for 3 for Helena. 4, I guess. 4 for Helena. Is going to yield nothing, maybe, question mark? At this point, like, what? There's no synergy cards except for the mother, and he's deciding whether he wants to play some cards here. Does he want to take the alliance away from Beast? Oh, I could see this taking the alliance away from Beast with finesse, but okay, declines. Takes the space travel, wants access to Highliner later. Makes sense. This card's just kind of like okay. It's fine, but it's just okay. All right, here's an invasion ships play. I'm sorry, it's not an invasion ships play. It is a bit. You're changing your mind, Wooklee. Just kidding. So invasion ships, of course, lets you go wherever you want as long as you discard a card. Discarded the dagger to do this, and goes up with interstellar shipping. It's one of the reasons this card is so powerful, is it just lets you get interstellar shipping whenever you want. Here's a retreat. Here's a retreat. No big deal. Wooklee setting up for a big round 7. And should be right at 5, I think, right? No, 4. Yep. Myzarakis Recruiter, I don't know about that. Do you need that card at this point? I guess it is a dagger. It's a dagger. I'd actually probably take this Sardaukar Infantry. It might be better for you. The Smuggler's Thopter shows up in the row. It's probably too late at this point. You want something that gives you an immediate benefit. Here's a Tactician, just to solidify that second place. Beast is not going to react, and Felk is not going to react either with any of these things. So that's how it's going to resolve, and unfortunately Baron's not going to get anything in this combat. That's okay. They probably didn't care that much. Just one troop. They're sitting pretty anyway. Water of Life pickup for the Beast. Very, very nice. Not only that, the extra action will benefit them a great deal, considering that this Great Flat is going up to 5 spice. And so if Helena does not immediately take the Great Flat, which I assume they are going to as long as they have access, then yeah. Then they will. And they do have access if they get there. Of course, Helena does get access. No, it's Beast's turn. Oh, Beast gets first action. That's right. I am mistaking the biscuit. So this is going to be a pretty simple. Oh, Baron with a really awkward hand here. No access, sitting on 6 spice and just doesn't have any way of getting there. That's a big shame. Big turn kind of error. Not really a Baron's fault, of course. The draw is sometimes random, and that does happen. But holy mackerel, that sucks. All right, here we go. This is going to be shipping. I don't know if I like this. Okay, I guess that's fine. You're defending, but now you're basically giving up the Great Flat. So maybe actually Beast is shifting into Spice Must Flow. By the way, there's a disposal facility and troop transports up there. Troop transports might really interest Leto. Leto has a Shai Hulud, but no other Fremen, which is a bit awkward, and has picked up a Grand Conspiracy, which is hard to do. Rakis Recruiter for Helena to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Has a 9 persuasion here. Just needs 1 more Solari to get their High Council. Looks like they're probably going to get it. If Wooklee indeed cashes out for Solari. There's no guarantee that's going to happen, though. Troop transports for Leto. Leto is set up. Leto and Helena are set up for the Ixian Engineer, and just now waiting for that to happen. There is a Holtzman engine. It's one of the best techs in the game. It's basically just a point, and it draws you extra cards. The big question is it going to go another round? At this moment, I'd say probably yes. If Beast wins this combat, though, it might not. Though I don't think they have any way of making a point, so probably not. There haven't been any other points drawn besides Grand Conspiracy at the moment, and it just means the game's going to go a little longer, usually. So we'll probably see a round 8. Baron, Signet Ring, Arakeen. This is a desperation play, pure desperation play. Please give me access, the Baron says. The Baron's deck says no. Just costs up a Dune. It's very unfortunate. But he's going to pick up a Master Tactician with the Signet Ring ability. I think you probably just throw a bunch of guys in there. Throw your 3 in. Throw 2 more in. Isn't that the best thing you can do at this moment? You're kind of like Hail Marying this round. At the moment, no one else has access to Highliner, so is there a chance you can get there? Probably not. Probably not. He's going to opt not to play Secret Forces here. Here's a Water of Life from Beast. Drawn 3. Picks up Spice, Arrakis Dagger. Not the best hand here, but definitely has enough for Spice Must Flow. Sitting at 10 Persuasion at the moment. Here's a Water Peddler. Interesting. And then a Signet Ring to the Great Flat. Ooh, that's pretty good. Beast is looking to take it down this round. If they can get an extra point somewhere. Do they have an extra point somewhere? They have one in the Bene Gesserit, but they don't have any access to Bene Gesserit this round, unfortunately. So they'd have to find it somewhere else. Helena has not found their power play yet, which has got to be annoying to them. It's in the deck. It'll be next hand. So if Beast is not careful, they could lose this alliance with the Emperor. I don't know if there's a whole lot they can do about that, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see. Action is now on Felkdav, of course, and is just deciding what in the heck am I doing this round? What in the heck do I do? Do I set up myself to steal another alliance? I think that's the answer to this is yes. No, the answer is no. The answer is go into combat, throw them in. Here come the boys. Let's win this combat. That's what Felkdav says. With this reinforcements in hand and the potential finesse here, they actually are sitting in a very good spot to take this alliance. That would put them up to 6, win the combat, and what, another point somewhere? It's possible. They're just gonna throw 1 in? No. I mean, I guess there's a point where the dam breaks, and you just have to say, I gotta go for it. You could probably get there, right? Okay. Decides against it. Here's a point for Leto at Selective Breeding. Selective Breeding, of course, going to hopefully solve some problems for Leto. What the heck happened here? Oh, okay. Of course, because they got the bonus. Picked up a call from the bonus. Trashes Freighter Fleet to trigger its effect. It's a great way to use it. Generally want to just do that as much as possible. Still looking for a Fremen. Hasn't found one. Going to strong arm now just to make sure that this is out of reach of yellow. Though it's not. It was never within reach, really. I don't think that the Baron was going to end up getting there. Not for another couple rounds at the least. And then what? And that's going to do it. Where did that? Oh, they trashed their thing they sent. Okay. Of course it was Seek. Seems good. Baron is... Players are really holding their Seek allies. I have to go back and look and make sure nobody shuffled that back in. Reconnaissance to Carthag here for the Baron. It's probably going to play... Oh, there's a Rapid. There's a Rapid. And you're going to play this favored subject now, I'd imagine. That's a big pickup for the Baron. Big pickup. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to get some more troops in combat this round unless they just use Secret Forces right now. They could just use Secret Forces on reveal. It's still an option. Set up for next round for a Highliner. Wow, this I don't know where this is going to go. Everyone has the potential to just wipe the other player out. Whoever pulls the trigger first. Is Beast going to pull the trigger here and go to Highliner? Or are they going to wait? Because obviously Baron doesn't have the option of going to Highliner, so maybe you just don't. You only have 9. I think you tech negotiate here. He does. He's going to tech negotiate. He's definitely doing the math here. Tech negotiation. Oh, picking up Holtzman. Picking up Holtzman. It's going to be a point, most likely. He's going to buy a spice this round. Okay, that's cool. I like this play a lot. Helena gonna go try to steal this alliance and is indeed going to do so, and the beast is going to be a bit sad about this. So that signet ring is forever turned off. But he got a couple of uses out of it, so that's okay. Here is the Duke heading over with, wow, yeah, using the Shy Halud here. Shy Halud not so shy this time. Gonna go get some troops in combat. Trash a card out of their deck. They have anything else that has an unload? No, just a dagger. Okay, that's fine. So I don't know. You're kind of going for combat, but you're kind of not. If you're trashing the daggers out of your deck, is that hurting your combat? Maybe it doesn't. So I'm going to put 4 troops in here. It's going to stake their claim for this combat. It's probably going to win it. Beast doesn't have any combat cards. Helena could make a play, but I don't think so at this point, right? Helena's just trying to get some more points off of the faction tracks. So probably just going to fold space here for Helena. Yeah, I don't... This has got to be a fold space. Oh no, she's already played her last action. I'm so sorry. I'm like a turn behind, an action behind. Baron, seems like everyone has 100 actions this round. Baron's going to Imperial Basin for 2 spice. I think that's reasonable. It's just so awkward. You really don't want to do that. They're not going to go in. They can't go in this round. You can maybe get second place. I think playing the Secret Forces and rapiding now is a total mistake. You see that Duke Leto has 14 power, has an artillery, you know, has 3 combat cards. You just don't want to bother. And it was a fold space actually for Beast, so that's interesting. Beast is still trying to get an alliance. Really fighting tooth and nail for them. I do like the pickup of the fold space though this round, especially if your deck's going to shuffle, though the deck's not quite going to shuffle. And we are going to Green's reveal, Wooklee's reveal. We'll show 5 persuasion. And that's going to probably be a Smuggler's Thopter. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Might as well. I mean, there's a chance of redrawing it. Is that something you want, though? Whoa! I was trying to pick up something good. Ooh, that is good. Guild Banker shows up. Guild Banker's a big game here. A big, big game here. If Leto doesn't pick up Guild Bankers, certainly the Baron or the Beast are going to. Okay, there's the Guild Bankers. Would have also liked that Fedican Death Commando given their Fremen synergy. This is just... It's a great card, don't get me wrong. You can't ambush with it unless you have those cards. Okay, here's a 4-buy for the Beast. I mean, it's for the Baron, excuse me. Probably going to be just a Smuggler's Thopter. Getting a Smuggler's Thopter is nice. Could also, you're at 6. You're at 12 cards. You could totally do it. I mean, there's no guarantee you're going to see it anyway, but what's the highest value card that you can see? I guess they think it's Arrakis Liaison ×2. Or ×3. Okay, there you go. It's going to try to buy spice and go from there. Here's a... Oh, no. Here's a rapid for 2? Oh, that's got to be a... Wow. That's bummer for Felkdav. Wow, holy moly. Here is a spice, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Combat goes to green first. Is probably going to just pass. Yellow going to pass. Second place goes to blue. BlackShadow with Beast, and always nice to get extra spice when you're, when you're Beast. Probably going to see another Highliner. I think they have another access card coming up, so that's good. So let's take a look here. Leto is now sitting at 8 points. Is probably the favorite at this moment, just because they can limp past the, the finish to trigger the end game with like a spice plus like a extra card. However, they have access to secrets, and secrets would be one of their points. So they just need to like get secrets plus buy spice. It looks pretty easy for them at this point. It is battle for Imperial Basin, so no one's really out of it yet. No one's out of it yet. Beast has a very good chance of winning this game if they win this combat. They do have access to the Highliner this turn, but unfortunately, so does the Baron. And might play spoiler here. What does Helena do to get back into this game? They have to win this combat too. If Helena wins this combat, we still probably won't go to another round, so it's going to be playing for second place. Although, you know what? Leto only has 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he has 6. So if he plays anything, he can't buy spice, which is kind of unfortunate. So we'll see what he does. See how Leto navigates this turn. This is going to be Hardy Warriors for Helena. Just going to throw a bunch of troops in. He's going to draw a card. Interesting. So this is an all-in fight for Helena. Helena's sitting on an extra 6 power. What are they going to get besides just that? I guess they can throw some more in with still suits. Just a Carthag play makes most sense to me. This has got to be a Highliner for the Baron. I don't think this is much of a thinking moment. You just have to go in. I guess you could voice Highliner. That puts you up to 7. You'll be able to get to Highliner. That's 7 points. If you win this, that's 9. Then you have to still buy a spice somewhere. I don't see that happening. So really, it's going to come down to whether the Baron decides they need to Highliner now or next round, next action. So the voice could be pretty big here. Probably also thinking that since he has 2 influence with the Bene Gesserits, he could play in the shadows, like last action, to try to steal an alliance. But where would he be able to do that? Only... Probably not. I just don't see it. I don't see that happening. Only 1 access card, so only a maximum of 2 influence that could be gained this round unless something else happens. Could Interstellar with... Yeah, I could Interstellar with voice. Voicing Highliner. Get the point with 1. Go up there. And then in the shadows. But that's just 3. That's not quite enough. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Anyway, Leto is playing to... Still deciding. Leto with a very, very difficult hand. He's probably going to discard and draw. He's discarding and draw. Draws into their Shai Halud. Uh-oh. It's going to go up, down. Can put all 3 in. Unfortunately, I can't put the 2 in with Shai-Hulud. But that's fine. I might have actually held that this round. That's 6 swords. I mean, jeez. Okay. Taking a bump with the Spacing Guild and going to get the Spice, I'd imagine. There is a world where you take the Solari here. No, we took the Spice. Okay. I was thinking you take the Solari and then go for High Council. Yep, and he trashed the Convincing for sure. Yep. Everything checks out. Still doesn't quite have enough for Spice though. Here is Highliner for Baron. And 2 more, so a total of 9 coming in. This is pretty scary. Baron could end the game this round if he buys Spice, but doesn't look like he's gonna have the ability to yet. What is this? Fold Space. Huh. Now this is curious. What is the Beast doing here? Beast goes to Fold Space. I would have... Huh. That is so odd. Does he need the money? What am I missing here? I mean, there's only 1 extra bump in hand. Does he have a way to steal the Alliance? It makes a lot of sense that you're trying to take the Alliance away from the only person the person who's in the lead. That makes sense. I just don't see how that's going to work. But we shall see. So Beast is going to end up getting a point with this Web of Power by just playing it and probably drawing and trashing. With Selective, that's like 2 points and then 1 extra point from the Holtzman. So sitting at 9, likely. 9 points on Spice tiebreakers could get 2nd place here. That's a pretty big deal. Wooklee is definitely the clear favorite to win this right now, but the Baron could end it. Oh, Lady Jessica of Arrakis shows up. That could do it. Jessica of Arrakis shows up. So now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They need to draw 4 Persuasion with 2 cards. And if they do that, they can end the game this round. Or maybe they'll do it anyway. Is the In the Shadows triggering? Did they do it already? Did they trigger this? Oh, they did. I see. Okay, they did. Here's a Ixian Probe for the Beast. Finds a Guild Administrator and a Fold Space. It's not quite what you wanted to see here. Probably gonna go Mentat, I'd imagine. This is definitely a good Mentat turn. The Calculated Hire is a dead card because you probably just want to use the Fold Space here to Mentat anyway. But is going to opt to Web of Power now. Interesting. Trashing the Fold Space? What do you trash? Trash something in the discard pile, of course. That's interesting. That is one of the things I would have done last, I think, simply because of how important it is that you have other options, but I can see the reason to do it now. I see the Mentat play might have been a little bit more efficient. There's a staged incident for Helena, and that is a massive pickup. A massive pickup. Okay, they can basically, if they win this combat without, though I don't know if they're going to be able to, if they win the combat without deploying any extra troops, they can use this reinforcements to just basically get a point. Oh man, I'm so, oh, wow, I'm actually really surprised that Helena did not use their power play here for anything. That's surprising. Maybe they had some, they're thinking it's going to go another round. It's probably not. If Baron wins this, they could win the game. But they need to have a pretty lucky draw with Jessica. Maybe it won't. If Leto wins it, it's over. Leto can buy spice, and here is going to be a point for Leto. Oh no. It won't be. So it looks like it's going another round. Looks like it's going another round. I don't think Leto can get 2 bumps in one action. Maybe they can. No, they're done. Okay. Wow. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I, for some reason, thought that Leto was going to be able to buy spice and go up on track, but it just the hand didn't work out this round. They just had a really awkward hand, too tight of persuasion. Kind of hurt. So using the holo projectors, okay. Just turned a reconnaissance into a dune. That doesn't do very much. Not sure what they were looking for. Just to cycle their deck. Actually, this who does this favor the most? This probably favors Beast the most, doesn't it? The game doesn't end this round. But it could. I could see it happening. Maybe. We'll see. So we're going to see probably a Jessica Varakis play here. I don't see why you wouldn't do that, just to get some spice. Extra spice is always nice as the Baron. Drawing 2 cards is always nice, although maybe you just want the combat swords here. So, do you voice then and just get some spice that way? Do you tech negotiate? I'm not sure the tech negotiation does what you want it to do. There's only a disposal facility left, and there's a training drone. So training drones would be fine, but you kind of want that earlier. Baron wins this combat. They're at 9 points. And we're going to go to round number 9. Quite the game today. Honestly, if this round ends and nobody has won, I don't think I could call a winner, because it's all going to come down to positioning. It's going to come down to the draw, the last round. A bunch of these players know exactly what is coming up. So Leto probably knows pretty close to what's coming up, and Helena knows what's coming up. Unfortunately knows they're not going to get their power play next round, which is kind of a bummer. Probably going to draw a bunch of dunes. And then Leto, I don't know what Leto's gotten there. But this is a tough call for Bale. Like if Bale hits 4 persuasion off of Jessica, it's just game over. They win the game. They win the game. But if they don't, it goes another round. I think you do it anyway, right? Because it's the chances. If the chance is there, of you hitting two persuasion cards, isn't it 2, right? No, he's not going to do that. All right, but that was a shot. There's a chance in there that was what you should do. Here is a Mentat block, looks like, for Bale. pretty good play. This is why I was saying that I think that the Beast needed to go to Mentat earlier. You didn't want to get that blocked. Obviously not by the voice, but by anyone just going there. Could have been Helena, could have been anyone. Of course, it didn't work out that way, but it's a bit unfortunate for Beast. A pickup of a Charisma for Beast. That's not that helpful. You're already buying Spice this turn. You have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just 2 shy, or sorry, 4 shy. Oh, wait, more than that. I can math. Smuggler Slapper's going away. Goodbye, Smuggler Slapper. Yeah, four shy of actually buying 2 spice in one go. Here's Helena's Gambit. We shall see. It looks like they're going to go in for the combat this round. This makes a lot of sense. Puts them up to 9. And then next round they can time staged incident to 10 or more. And they will probably have an extra... Well, they still need to get 2 more bumps on spacing and Bene to get the memo quarters to work. But they're within striking range. Here is a spice for Leto. No points out of hand. Probably people are probably thinking Sleeper must awaken. You have 4 spice. Sleeper must awaken. No, not this game. Sleeper is still sleeping. Alright, Leto's going to go up with the Emperor, most likely. Oh no, it's going to solidify this spacing. That is fine as well. Don't want any shenanigans. Here's a reveal for 4. 6, I mean, for the Baron. Baron shows 3 more daggers and is going to force Leto to play this Allied Armada for sure. I'm sorry, not Leto. Not Leto. I'm getting my colors mixed up. That they're going to win this combat. What happened? Something happened. Boundless came up. I accidentally did a thing. 2, 4, 6. He's got 6. Okay, just decides not to buy anything. Calculated higher for the Beast. Okay, it did come in handy. Look at that. It's pretty sick. And then what do you do? Then what do you do? Because this seems a bit like just to get 3rd place. I mean, 1 troop for 3 spice is pretty good. Okay. Still has enough for Spice Must Flow. Okay. We're at 8 points for Beast. We're at 7 points for Helena. We're at 9 points for Leto. And we're going to be at 9 points for the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. This is a very, very close game. Staged incident for Helena puts her up to 8. Retreating 3 units for the Baron. Very heads up play here. Smart use of retreating. It's the things that separate great players from good players. 2 points for the Baron Harkonnen and control of the Imperial Basin. And we're going to the next round. And it is Arakeen. Wow, we're getting all the old battles. No economic supremacy for us. Oh my goodness. Oh my. This is an abysmal hand for Leto. Wow. We got an Assassination Mission, Dune, Signet Ring, Dagger. I don't know what you do with this hand. What do you do with this hand? This is so bad. Oh my god. What do you do? Let's throw a couple troops in. Get an intrigue. Oh my gosh. Can't even call. He's got no Solari. This is so bad. Oh no. I think I'd actually go to Siege Tabor here, because is there anything you can do with your ring? There's not really. You can get extra water. You can turn a spice into a water. That's actually okay. Can't quite do that. Oh, it's his icy. Oh no, he can't get a Solari. I missed the banner was there. So he's gonna get a Solari. He's gonna be able to call. Yeah, he's gonna do this first, right? He's gonna holo projectors first, and oh, but no, he can't do it that way, because if he discards it and he's gonna draw it, or he has to draw it to use it again. No, you have to call now. You have to call now. Yep. Have to call now. Duke has picked up Corner the Market off of that draw, and that is a massive pickup. Currently, it's not on with only one Spice Must Flow, but we'll see. Oh, is the Duke getting greedy? Is the Duke getting greedy? Duke might be getting greedy. He might think that they're going to discard this assassination mission first and then call this dagger. But they have a chance of redrawing it. It's a 1 in 9 if they do it that way. Okay, big decision here for Wooklee. Big decision here for Wooklee. Let's zoom in here. Sorry, I was doing the thing I don't usually do. So Wooklee's thinking about holo projectors, cull, and assassination mission. Now, what they want to do is discard the assassination mission to the holo projectors and draw a card. But because they have no cards in their deck, they would have a chance of redrawing it and it would get shuffled in. So they can't do that. So looks like they're going to holo projectors with the dagger. Okay. Is not sure what to do here. Let's call first. Yeah, okay, calling first turns 1 Solari into 4 Solari. That makes sense. They really want to draw their guild bankers here. Guild bankers could save their game. Okay, so they're going to call that, and then they're going to use holo projectors to discard the dagger. So you're simply doing this at this point for what purpose? Just to get it out of your deck? Is that it? It is it. Alright, back to the game. Alright, after all that, we didn't get a holo projectors after all. We have a voice for the Baron. Baron now has enough for spice for sure. That's pretty scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. But Beast is gonna Highliner, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Helena is gonna be blocked there. They're hoping it's not gonna come to this, but it is. Beast might win this game off this Highliner. It's gonna be close. It could end at 12 points, 2 from the combat, 1 from buying the Spice Must Flow, and 1 for holo project, or 1 for Holtzman engine. Oh, blocking the... Doesn't block the Highliner! Doesn't block Highliner! Oh no, okay. Here we go. This might have just... That might have cost Bale the game. We'll see. We'll see. What a choice. Okay, maybe Baron thinking, oh, he doesn't have it. Or if you have it, you have it. I still can't get there. I mean, that's a fair point. There's no way the Baron can get there in time, so maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. Oh man, I mean, I don't see how you just don't drop a Highliner here. You have to win this combat. You have to win this combat. The problem is you just have nothing at all besides that. am still here, still ticking. That is going to prove like to be a fatal. Forgot to get my unit for Arrakis. Edit the video. Oh, that might be a fatal flaw for Beast. Fatal flaw. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Oh no. How does Beast get this combat then? They might have just given Helena the game. Leto can still win the combat too. There's a lot that can happen here. I honestly don't know what they should be. Wow, I'm really surprised. I'm actually very surprised. I know that the Beast didn't have a whole lot else going on this round, and that makes a lot of sense to do that. You have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you have enough to buy spice. You have 3 spice in your hand. Is probably hoping to get like the corner of the market, but that is not gonna happen. Baron with the Arakeen. Oh no, I think the water has broken on the dam and it's going to flow in Helena's favor here. Oh no. Baron still can win this combat. At this point, this is I wouldn't say anemic Highliner play from Helena, but it's like not the best. Okay. Here are 2 troops for the Beast. That hurts. That hurts. He's just going for tiebreakers at this point. Helena's going to draw. Not enough cards in your draw. You got to draw yourself. Yeah, it does that now. It doesn't automatically shuffle. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a spice. Wow. Okay. No, I'm so sad. Beast could have probably won the game. Guild bankers for Leto. Things are playing out for Leto, but they're not great either. Leto might get stuck here, unable to buy another spice. What do you do? Did he use all our projectors twice? No. Alright, all good, all good. I think I said that it didn't get used, and then I thought it did. In any case, we have a Jessica of Arrakis play. A sisterhood, okay. Well, Baron has drawn 3 out of the 4 influence cards. Gonna get a spice for the Beast. That puts him up to 9. I just don't think that's gonna be enough to get anything but maybe 4th place here, sadly, if Helena wins this combat. Helena's probably not gonna win this combat, though. At the moment, it looks like Leto is sitting pretty with an allied armada. And isn't gonna get any extra points? Is gonna get any extra points? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So it has an extra point in hand from Grand Conspiracy. So, yep. That's 2 extra points. Or 1 extra point. Advanced weaponry for Helena. Does that do anything? Man, everyone's just scrapping for stuff right now. That is a really unfortunate round for the Beast, and I understand the play. I understand it. But you just have to go in, right? You needed to get... Yep. You needed to get the troops in. Oh, man. What a bummer. That's unfortunate. We've got a guild banker play for Leto to get the last friendship with the tracks, with the factions. So they're going to end the game at 11 points. Looks like 12, 13 points if they win this combat, which looks like they will. Baron buys a spice. And Helena also is going to buy a spice. Helena probably thinking that they're pretty safe here with this advanced weaponry, but it's not going to be enough. We did 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they gave up the spice. Huh. Okay. Thinking they're going to win the combat, I guess. Well, here is a Rude Awakening on the Baron, or not the Baron, the Duke. Allied Armada is going to take them up to 19 strength. BlackShadow is not going to play anything here, and we've got not much going on here for Helena. Unfortunately, this is where it is going to end. So close together. So close. And then we're going to see the Grand Conspiracy reveal for the players. Oh my goodness. That is heartbreaking here for BlackShadow. I thought that this was going to be that turn where you just go all in. But did have a kind of awkward hand. Not a whole lot to do. So we're going to have Leto with 13 points. And the Baron in second place. Is it Baron? No, it's Beast in second place. Beast in second place. He's going to pick up second place for this. So that's with the tiebreakers. Okay. I missed the tiebreakers. I apologize for that. But yes, Beast will get second place here with 10 points. Baron with third with 10 points. And Helena, sadly, I thought Helena was sure going to catch back up here in fourth place. Wow. Very tight game. Let's go talk to the group. Hey, everybody.
Mr. CJ.
Hey, what a great game. Very, very tight.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty close all the way. I don't think anyone really did anything particularly wrong this game either. I think it was pretty... Everyone kind of played, I think, as they saw it. There was no obvious errors really from anyone that I spotted. You obviously could see everyone. But,
Yeah.
From sitting here, I think everyone kind of played kind of what was in front of them.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't highliner the last action. I don't know if it would have mattered, but...
No, I'd accepted it was never getting anywhere near it, so I was happy to take the sense. The plan was, by like conflict phase, I was like, combat's done for me. I'm just outgunned. I'm just gonna go just complete spice and stack up on as much actual spice as possible because I had a funny feeling I was gonna need it for tiebreakers, and as it turns out, that's exactly how it played out. So I'm super happy that I just flooded my deck with spice overflows just to get the spice and like going here as well and just making sure of it and just cutting all that out. So
yeah, no, it was the right play for sure. Yeah.
You know, there was a couple of decisions like, you know, obviously I had to pressure this just to try and delay the as long as possible getting this point and just to try and be a hassle. Nah, I mean, you know, I'm pretty happy. I can't do much more this game. I don't think. I don't know what else you saw, man.
No, there are a lot of good plays here. What to say? First of all, I was doing my best to keep track of all the like triggers and stuff like that, but I sorry if I missed one or something.
There's
like
a lot happening.
There's a lot going on. But yeah, I mean, Baron. I've never seen someone so lucky with all of the influence cards. Like you got everyone except one. Or did you get all of them? I think the spacing guild is still not
spacing,
in there.
Yeah. He pulled the Fremen bond card as early, which is obviously pretty unfortunate. There's nothing I could do about that. It's just bad. Like I had to force him to like either take the alliance or take like Swordmaster or whatever
Mm-hmm,
else,
mm-hmm.
and he's gonna have their own boss. There's nothing I can do there. Like that's just how I'm running in these games at the moment, just pretty hideously. When it comes to factions, I have I have 17 influence on influence tracks and no alliances.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, what do you do? What the
yeah.
fuck do you do?
That's pretty unfortunate for sure.
I get used to it.
But I mean, I think everyone played really well. I think there's some unfortunate draws here. Leto had a really terrible last round, not this one, but the one before it, wasn't it? You just had like nothing going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I messed up some of these time using it because like maybe I shouldn't draw, and I drew anyways, and I always do something bad. Yeah, that's my fault to be honest. Yeah,
That's all
because
good.
I had a really good hand, and then I discarded my hand, and I drew a bad hand. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The early game was super interesting. The first couple of rounds, I think, were really quite interesting because there's a lot of decisions. Like I ended up making the call to immediately hit Great Flat, to obviously
Mm-hmm.
set up Conspire and Swordmaster, and then I pivoted away.
Yeah, that made
So
sense.
like kind of because I had to do that, and it just made. I was like, I'm still probably getting hold of Swordmaster first, which I need to do, and I was happy to sacrifice an action for it just to kind of give me flexibility, charge the Fremen, pressure the Baron, charge this, pressure, charge. I had to just charge them all and just make them pay full cost for the alliance, even if I
Mm-hmm,
couldn't
mm-hmm.
get them. So, I never was likely. Obviously, me and I was obviously desperately trying to find a way to secure Emperor Alliance. Never drew it. It was like
Yeah.
the last card of my deck I needed. It's just like, what do you do? Not a lot.
Yep, yep.
So I figured Helena didn't need power play to take the alliance. I had with all the intrigues, it seemed like there was bribery or finesse or the whatever was probably going to be there somewhere. So, but I had a couple of weird choices. Like I even had when I went to take Holtzman, if Holtzman was gone, I was probably hitting Mentat's spot just purely for the card draw of the dagger
Mm-hmm.
because I either hit my diplomacy and get there, or I can reveal web of power and also secure this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if this died because Bale went and took it, that was my backup. It probably looked insane, but 40% of the time I secure this alliance and I keep holding my point. So
There's
it was not a big game.
the only thing that I saw that if you wanted to go back and replay, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, I probably should have done it that way. Is the turn that you went to selective breeding before you went to the Mentat, when you had when you had this guy and you had a fold space, and I think because this is it can infiltrate. Whoops.
Yeah, I thought about doing the way round, but it was I was kind of like, do I want Mentat? Do I not? It wasn't a big deal. The problem is I didn't want to like pull. I wanted to kind of see everything I draw from this first, from selective breeding, to know that I could play Mentat and still be able to buy the spice. If I go Mentat first and draw awkward, and then I go here and then draw awkward, I'm basically dead. So this was the safe way to play it, was this way around, but it wasn't. It was like not a big deal.
No, yeah.
But I know what you mean.
No, that's true. Yeah, I mean you got the Mentat that round anyway. It didn't matter because of your intrigue card. But
yeah. Oh yeah, at the very end, which is and that's one thing I would take from this game is I played negotiated withdrawal here exceptionally well this game. Like I'm pretty happy.
Against it, yeah.
Several times Wooklee tried to bait me into combat and I just never took it. So I can't I'm pretty happy. Especially first the guild bank raid as well. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna garrison my troops. I know what's coming.
Felk, tell us a little bit about your game. How do you feel about this one? Maybe we.
So I.
There you are.
I can barely hear you, man. Your mic is.
There you go.
Try to focus on the faction packs because I had a lot of access cards, but the problem was that all the others just went for the spice all the time, and I had basically no chance to go to the better places like selective breeding and trashing my cards or eyeliner, and that really shows that I couldn't buy spice.
Yeah, there's no knockout punch.
I'm so glad you only had one Ben and Jesuit card, because if you use Weapon Metal on on us, I think it would
have been brutal for probably me more than anyone else.
I was gonna buy it, but you got my voice and Jessica.
But it wouldn't have been too bad because I hit Web of Power. The Web of Power draw for me was definitely very fortunate, but you got to roll without the deck. Sometimes good cards just come out in front of you. So
yeah. And Felk had this really weird, like, second to last round where you drew your power play, and wasn't it off the research station or something like that. It was a really unusual kind of thing. You're like, oh no, I need that card. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
The power play obviously at that point wasn't doing anything, so
Yeah.
just access.
The power play was for taking over the Emperor Alliance, or if that's not possible, then I shift to Spacing Guild with Finesse and power play.
Yeah.
But it was at the bottom of the deck, so it just
No.
Right, I guess
it was
all
what
taken.
it was. Yeah. So the only one at the time that was available was Spacing, which is why I had to push it. There's worlds where Leto doesn't get this point. It didn't matter, but like I have to push it, and it was like because it's just uncomfortable for Leto to be pushing. He has to secure it, which he doesn't want to be doing. So
yeah.
It denies him from getting this point, getting the troops here, getting the water here. Just it has lots of little passive annoyances. So and I had free actions to spend. So I was like, I'm just gonna charge it. And there's worlds I take the alliance, but there's not many. But just hindering is good enough.
Bale, how about you? How do you feel about your game?
I think I should have taken Ultimate Engine. I didn't have a great time to do it.
I think you should have taken that as well. I said I had my backup plan if you didn't, but I was astonished you didn't take it.
I think at the time I was planning on the tier, this one.
Yeah. You would kind of had your eye on that, and I was thinking that might take your attention away, and it did. But I was thoroughly expecting you to get involved there.
Yeah, but then I missed on the diplomacy draw.
Yeah.
And I got 6 spice anyway afterwards, so if I'd just gone for it, I would have had enough to go for next round anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
No wake up, but.
I mean, to be fair, it's not usual to see Beast like pivot so heavily into Spice Must Flow, but like it was the only option.
Well.
It was the only option. I was completely outgunned in combat, and there was no point even trying to get involved.
Because you bought it when you were at like 5 EP, right?
Yeah.
Round 6. Yeah, around 6.
So the moment you didn't take it, I took it straight away. So.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I've got to, just arm up on the spice, and that's what I do now. Is I kind of just keep putting people in difficult decisions. They have to take one or the other, and sometimes people make the wrong choices. So.
Oh, I think I remember now. I didn't foresee myself getting 2 Spice Must Flow by round 7.
Yes, it looked like the game was going to end and just completely shut down, and then it didn't. So.
Yeah.
It did look like that for sure, and no one was sitting on any extra points in hand, and that was kind of like, oh, but maybe not. It could have if somebody had like I think Wooklee had 4 spice, and y'all might have been thinking like, does he have Sleeper Must Awaken? Because he's exactly at 9 points at that point, So
I was tempted here instead of going selective to go secrets and just try and draw it, but I was happy just to try and deny Spice Must Flow buys for people, which ultimately I guess worked because Helena never got there, so. I know I had the spice as a backup, but I was like, do I do a double secrets? I get one more. There's not many cards that are going to do me very good. And as it turned out, like nothing turned up at all. So I was happy with that choice.
Yeah,
worked out.
I have a question, Bale. When you played voice and voiced, I think you voiced smuggling.
Yes.
Instead of highliner.
Was it this one?
No, it was.
Or maybe it was Eridine. It was either this or
you did this once and did this once. Yeah, so it was here, and then you went there and got a coin.
Smuggling was for Jessica.
Smuggling was just for Jessica.
He was protecting the card draw.
Yeah, it was for that.
Yeah, interesting.
And this round was just to stop him from getting more troops in.
Yeah.
Green.
I was just wondering about that because I think you hovered over highliner going like, but then you're like, well, if they have it, they have it, sort of thing.
But, yeah. The issue is like they can still play it the next round after.
Yeah.
So.
Or next turn. Yeah, exactly. I think that was a good play. It's not always the most intuitive play though. You go like, oh, we'll just block highliner. I mean, most people kind of do that.
I mean, to be fair, like Baron just going Signet Ring Circling and just drawing Intrigue and a Shopping Bump, like that's not bad value at all.
No.
There's nothing. There's definitely never anything wrong with that, to be honest.
Absolutely not. All right, guys. Well, anyone else have anything else to want to say about the game, or?
I mean,
artillery first turn. Oh, second round, because you were like.
You got that early. I was tempted to run for it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
that was, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to go very sword heavy deck. I just had a feeling it wasn't going to happen. So I was like,
Machinations, yeah.
Yeah, that really
Information
helped me
turned
out.
up, so
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
that's
bad.
when I decided not to go up this Spacing Guild from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will just free your troops in here for this battle. I was like, great. I can
Also,
target some later one.
no early points, right? There were no early
No,
points.
our first
Yep.
point was conflict free.
That's
I've
insane.
never seen that.
Yeah.
I've never seen 6 combats go by, the first 6, and not a single victory point. It's almost impossible.
Actually, no, these are the only ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, only one for the conflict frees.
Yeah,
There was no
yeah.
conflict 2 or 1 points. I've never seen that in my life. That was pretty insane.
And no point from cards.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
game
who
was
that dealt
definitely ended
benefit
earlier.
really. Like, it's kind of hard to know. Like, obviously, like I would like to have targeted early combat, but like I was getting phased out pretty quick. So I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
It was a weird one.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for playing. Good game, everybody. Congrats to Wooklee for this win. We'll see you guys in the next one. And
Yeah,
Just
play
tomorrow.
again in like 30 minutes.
in 30 minutes. Let's do it again. All right. See y'all.
Good luck,
Yeah,
guys.
GG's,
See you later.
and good luck.